everybody, and welcome to another episode of Punk Rock Ham Radio. I am your host, KM6TWI. So what are we doing today? Well, we're gonna debrief the Hawaii trip. Little recap, little long form vlog today. So thanks so much for joining me on this video. Enjoy, and let's talk about what happened and what we learned and get ready for the next big adventure. Thank you everybody for being here. Going on a little hike. It's fall, the colors are changing. I'm in a wooded area in Indiana. There's a bridge here, it's beautiful out here. Should I go this way or should I go this way? I think I'm gonna go this way. Okay, so where do I start? I was just recapping this trip. It was a doozy of a trip. Well, I'll start by saying this. A lot of my adventures, I have it all planned out and schemed out. This trip to Hawaii was not exactly meticulously planned. It was an impromptu, last-minute trip for a family event. Right around the same time, I just bought my first house in Indiana. California boy is a Hoosier now. Yes! No HOA, by the way. Woohoo! Yeah! So, heck yeah, that's all great. But that's a lot to juggle all at the same time. And at the same time, life isn't just gonna stop. Things are just gonna happen that you need to take care of while you're planting your flag and getting stuff and things done. Like, I don't even know. Like, just stuff and things that need doing. I still need stuff and things that need doing, and that's why I'm not out at the park activating with the POTA every weekend challenge. I challenge you, person watching this video, to get out to the park every weekend, set up field expedient antenna, get on the air, make contacts. Do it every weekend because it's a lot of fun. So all of that happened, had to go. All I knew how to do was what I already knew how to do, and I can only bring what I can take with me. So what next? Oh yeah, antenna, right? So I'm hitting the same park every week, 20 meters, tinkering with this Chameleon 17-foot whip, CHA SS17, AKA Cool Whip, whatever it's called. The antenna got pilfered out of my checked luggage on the return trip. We'll get to that in just a second. But I pulled out a bunch of stuff out of the closet in my other bedroom in this old downtown apartment that I was staying at. Just an old antenna project I had forgotten about. And I get into my house, and that first weekend, I'm like, let's get this on the air again. Let's try setting this up again. And I set it all up, and boom, it's just dialed in. Like the whatever ground composition, it just was dialed in. Quarter wavelength on 20 meters with no coil on this antenna. And usually when I set that Chameleon whip up, it's always like slightly too short. And I'm sure there's a reason for that. I'm not gonna sit here and preach to you like I'm some antenna ham radio expert, because I'm not. These adventures are all just adapting and learning and having fun in real time. So then Hawaii trip comes up. Oh, okay, I gotta go on this trip. Oh dude, let's get the park green, let's get Hawaii activated, because of course that's what I'm gonna go and do. And so I went and I did that, continuing the same ongoing experiment, just trying to dial that thing in. I mean, even with the way that the antenna was, it's like not gonna make ham and make contacts and get on the air, but I wanted to know, what is this gonna look like when I get to Hawaii? Is it gonna interact and behave the same way in Indiana? Is everything gonna be different? I don't know. I don't know what I don't know, but I'm gonna figure it out. So I get out there, And I set up the antenna next to this brackish salt water, and I just got that thing fine-tuned and dialed in, and that was great. And before the trip, I got that thing as sharp as I can get it, and the time comes to just go. And we have to go and do the thing with the gear that I have and the skills that I've acquired thus far. So I finally get to Hawaii, the airplane lands, I'm on no sleep. I go and do the things that I gotta go do, family obligations, and then finally I get to the park. The only part of this trip that was meticulously planned was where that picnic bench was. It was right where I thought it was gonna be, because that's half the fun of whether it's a SOTA or POTA, whatever OTA, portable activation, is planning, looking at the maps where you gotta be at, where the activation zone is, the summit or the picnic bench, or whatever it is. That picnic bench is right where I thought it was gonna be. So I get there, I set up, dial the antenna in to 20 meters, just like I've been practicing. I was even practicing the FT8s because, you know, I wanted a backup plan for that, another mode. I don't know any CW yet. Not CW, sounds like more fun than FT8. But so what I'm saying is that I set it up, doing the same thing, the ham radio band practice I've been doing every week. Turn the radio on, 20 meters. I can't hear shit. So what am I gonna do? Like not try? Like I just took that time to dial it in. So call CQ. I had a hard time. I made 3 contacts on voice mode, single sideband, 20 meters. And a few of you all reached out, thank you so much. And apparently 20 meters isn't the best daytime band. Well, there I am in the park. Nobody is answering my CQ. A higher band probably would have been better. I don't really know what I'm talking about, but from what I'm being told, 10 or 15 meters higher band might be better out there in the middle of the Pacific Ocean for whatever reason. I'm sure there's a reason for it. And then from what I'm told, because I don't know what I'm talking about, is that 20 meters opens up during gray line out in Hawaii. Cool. Now I know that, and I want you, person that's watching this video, if you're planning a Hawaii trip, I hope that this information does help you out. So okay, what next? What else happened? So there I am, out in the park, calling CQ and single sideband voice modes. I get a few contacts. Thank you everybody for hunting and trying. About 30-40 minutes go by of just calling CQ to dead air, wasting my battery. So, you know, it's about time to wrap this up and try something else. Oh look, there's another bridge over here. Check this out. Wonder where this goes. I've never been here before either. I can go that way. I can go that way. So where was I at? What was I just talking about? Oh yeah, so I get off the air, 30-40 minutes go by, calling CQ, voice mode, single sideband to dead air. So it's time to try something else. So I turned the radio off. I am not monitoring the spotting page. I'm not monitoring the internet. I have cell phone service. I have my phone with me, but I have my Ham 2K portable logger on my phone ready to log the next QSO. Back in the day when I was first getting into radio, I was using hammers on my little Jankopotamus 12-volt laptop, and there'd be like a pop-up that come up in the right-hand corner where it would show you the comment field. You're 5-5 Georgia, buddy. Okay, cool. So I get off of the air, and then I go check the spotting page on my phone because, you know, I'm all done, not expecting an incoming QSO, and there's this respot on there. And I'm just being playful and fun. Can anybody hear me, you know, in the little comment field right there? And then this dude is like, no, because Echo Alpha 8 is calling DX from the Canary Islands. Please QSY. Okay, acknowledged. Wasn't very actionable or helpful. Being a newer ham that I am, I don't know what I don't know. So I see that and I'm like, Canary Islands, that's like off of Africa on the other side of the planet. And like, I can't hear anything. They're pretty sure they can't hear me where I'm at, you know, not knowing what I don't know. So I'm like, okay, whatever. Moving on. But Ophelia reached out, and thank you so much. Always be improvising and adapting, always overcome, and that's exactly what we're doing out there. And the adventure is just happening in real time. And what I think what was happening is that he was calling CQ DX on the same frequency I was on, and I'm out in Hawaii. We can't hear each other, but stations in the US and on the Northern American continent can hear both sides. And if I had to guess, I'm getting blown out of the water with my 100 watts. He probably has a monster ham radio station, and good for him. And yeah, nobody could hear me. But even reading that, your comment in your respot, even at the time, did not help me to like figure out what was going on until I posted the video. And a few of you helpful folks out there, thank you, kind of gave me some clues to what might have actually been happening. Whether or not that's actually what was going on, I don't know, because I can't hear what I can't hear in a place that I've never been. I'm just out there on the adventure, adapting in real time and having fun. So thank you, those of you that reached out. I do welcome helpful comments, because this is just a ham radio journey. I'm just learning on the fly as I go. I will never claim to be some expert flexing my ego about how much I know. I just like being outside, going on adventures and playing with radios. So I saw the spot, okay, cool, whatever, didn't really help anything. And then I moved on to FT8, got my 10 contacts, and lived happily ever after. Oh yeah, another thing, I did not know what time the Zulu day ends out there. And I got really lucky. I got 12 QSOs in the same Zulu day. I could have uploaded my logs not knowing that and only had like 9 Qs on the same Zulu day and not have gotten the park green. I got the park activated to accomplish my mission. So that's what's important, and we got the job done. It's about to get cold. Now I just acquired the house, the QTH, leaves are falling, all this stuff is going on, and like I don't even own a rake yet. Got a lot of things that need doing, you know, stuff and things. So what's next? Oh, the return trip. Oh boy howdy, that return trip was the worst travel nightmare of my life. I'm sure there are worse situations you can find yourself in when you get stranded in airports and again having to improvise and adapt on the fly. I'll say this, everything that could have gone wrong on that return trip except for the airplane crashing went wrong. So let's talk about that. So okay, I get to the airport after sitting around at the resort all day long, just sick and tired of like every meal needing to be room service or the expensive hotel. I don't have a car. Like I took a Lyft ride out to the park. I'm just sick of it being this like tourist trap, succubus, Las Vegas strip of like, give me your money, everything's overpriced, right? So I had to sit around all day to get on the airplane at 8 p.m. at night. I no longer have the resort hotel room space because, you know, I didn't know what I didn't know, and I didn't like plan that trip. I didn't book that part of the trip, and I'm thinking I can just hang out there all day, but no, it's owned by the freaking Marriott. You got to check out at 11 a.m. like any other hotel. Okay, fair enough. I got to sit around all day. The plane doesn't take off until 8 p.m. I get to the airport. I'm ready to go. Bags are packed. Wah, wah, wah. You know, like the Millennium Falcon, when it breaks down, it makes that sound. Beep, 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 beep. The airplane is broken. Airplane's not taking off. And thank you, Delta Airlines and everybody who identified that problem with the airplane and did not allow us to fly across the Pacific Ocean in a broken ass airplane. I'd rather it would be inconvenience than, you know, have something go tragically wrong. So airplane's not taking off. The guy's on his little microphone in the intercom saying, usually we'd give you a voucher, but you're on this little island of Kauai and things get booked up pretty fast, so save your receipts and you're on your own. There I am in the airport. Okay, what do I do? Usually when I get stranded, if there's a flight that gets canceled, I'm usually not really bothered by it because, cool, I'm gonna extend my trip by a day and get a free hotel room. Awesome, I'm usually down for that. But I go start searching. There's no like regular like mid-tier hotels out there. It's all resorts that are like $500, $600, $700 a night. And like even those are like all full. So there's nothing, there's nowhere to go. And I don't know what all my fellow passengers came up with, but I'm lucky. I'm the luckiest guy on the planet for a lot of reasons, but my bunch of my family was still at the resort and I got a couch to sleep on for the night. All I needed to do was book another lift, save those lift receipts, and they'll reimburse me for that, which that was no problem. It still took another week or two to get reimbursed for that. I just got to get off this freaking island, a beautiful island. I'm not complaining at all. It's a beautiful place, but there comes a certain point where you got to get off that damn hill. You know what I'm saying? Spent the night. The Lyft driver then the next morning was super cool. That dude, I don't know what his name was, but thank you for your service. Appreciate it. And then so we get back to the airport the next day. The rebooking screwed up. Delta has me booked flying out of Honolulu to Georgia back to Indiana. And I'm like, what the heck? I'm not even on that island. I'm on Kauai. And I had to spend an hour with them on the phone being like, hey, we got to get this straightened out. And it wasn't until like 30 plus minutes into this phone call, I'm like, hey, nice lady, I'm on Kauai. My plane leaves in Honolulu. I'm on a different island, so all I need to do is get from Lihue Airport to Honolulu Airport so I can get on my merry little way. And she's like, yeah, now it makes sense. I probably said that when I called her initially, but you know, we're all imperfect humans and sometimes you have to repeat yourself a few times to get your message across. And so, okay, we got that straightened out. An hour later, I have a boarding pass, so TSA will let me in through security. And so I'm going through security. The whole trip, they just let my luggage go right through. Nope. Now they want to inspect my bags. Okay, cool, dude, like, whatever. But TSA, man, your mileage may vary. It depends what airport you're at, who's on duty, what mood they're in. This, like, boss-looking grumpy lady was, like, checking out everybody's bags. And I just gotta wait there a few extra minutes, and still objectively not a big deal. They wanted to check out my Yaesu 891 that set off some alarm bells for whatever reason. They swab it down. Yeah, lady, it's just a radio, because I'm not gonna go to a remote island in the Pacific Ocean and not set up my ham radio station, of course. So we get through security. Finally, we get on the shortest airplane ride of my life. It was like 19 minutes to get from Lihue Airport to Honolulu Airport. And Lihue Airport, so that's a small airport with a lot of people there. It's kind of like Fort Wayne Airport. It only has like 8 gates, but there's a lot of people going to a lot of places all at the same time. And they get to Honolulu Airport, it's like a regular, normal, I don't know, airport. And then we finally make our way back. The 8-hour layover turned into an 8-hour flight because the original plan was an 8-hour layover in Minneapolis, St. Paul. And I'm punk rock. ADHD, I don't want to sit still in one place. An 8-hour flight, jeez, are you freaking serious? But we got through it. I had a show I was binge watching and I got through season 2 of the show I was watching, and that was cool. And I finally get back to Atlanta, Georgia, make my way back to Fort Wayne, and that's all fine and dandy. I got back, no sleep, had to get my sleep schedule back on track, and then I get to Fort Lame Airport. Things going wrong. My checked baggage, this is the first time in my life I've ever checked baggage, and I don't trust anybody with my stuff. Only I am allowed to lose my stuff. My checked bags did not make it on any airplane. I got back to Fort Lane and my bags are still in La Hui Airport. They've just been sitting there, so went to the counter. The employees at Fort Wayne Airport are so nice and chipper and just happy to help, and that's awesome. So they got it straightened out, and they're like, do you want your baggage delivered, blah, 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 pick it up? I'm like, I don't trust you guys. I'm gonna come back and pick it up. Wrong answer, McFly. I should have just had them deliver it, because it got back, the bags, the little tracking number, it got back like the next day, but I had to go back to work. So now I'm gonna go through a whole nother week. My bags are there, sitting in the back room in Fort Wayne Airport for a week. And then I go after work at night to get my bags back. It's like 8 or 9 o'clock at night. There's nobody there. There's no departing flights. The little baggage counter, there's nobody there. And the other airlines that have departing flights won't help me, even though they all share the same back room. So I have to go back the next day. I go back the next day. I wake up early in the morning, ready to go. And I get my bags back finally. Yes, I'm done. The nightmare is over. Wrong answer, McFly. I get home and open up my bags, and my bags have clearly been tampered with. Like my bag that I keep all of my paracord in, because I had a bunch of other like backup stuff, like speaker wire, my 1-to-1 LDG balun and stuff, just as a backup plan in case something went wrong with my primary antenna. It's clearly been tampered with, and I'm sitting there scratching my head like, is this just because I got juggled around, or did somebody like shuffle through here? And I'm going through my stuff, accounting for everything. My antenna is gone. Cool Whip, rest in peace, buddy. Thank you for getting me along this far in this hobby, and for all of the things I've learned so far. The antenna is clearly gone. It's not there. Somebody stole it. Oh yeah, thanks. Antenna's gone. Somebody clearly ruffled through all my luggage and stole my stuff. What did I learn from this? Well, and I hope this helps anybody out there traveling with ham radio equipment. That's what this video is all about, is trying to be helpful and just throwing information, practical experience out there. Don't put DX engineering stickers on your checked luggage that isn't under your direct control. I put ham radio stickers on my luggage because I wanted to be able to identify that's my bag. I can see it from a mile away, you know, but some disgruntled, whether it's the TSA or some other airport employee who's also a sad ham, is gonna know what DX engineering is. There might be radio equipment in here. Let's go ruffle through these bags and see what we can steal. So if you're a resident of Hawaii on Kauai and you know somebody that works at an airport, because if I had to guess, it spent so much time at the La Hui Airport, and when I checked my bags, I just left it on the sidewalk. And that was the last time that I saw it until I got word in Fort Wayne that my baggage didn't make it on any plane. So it could have been anywhere. So if you're in Hawaii and somebody's recently acquired a chameleon 17-foot whip under questionable circumstances and they work at an airport, don't let me know. I don't care. I'm over it. But I don't know, maybe it's just, I don't know, who cares? The kind of people that would steal somebody's stuff and still have a meaningful hobby in life, I don't understand that. Also, maybe put locks on your checked luggage too. It's also probably a good idea. So if you're watching this video, you're gonna go on an airplane trip to somewhere you've never been and you need to travel with ham radio, don't put ham radio identifying stickers on your checked luggage that is not under your direct control, and maybe put some TSA approved locks on your checked luggage. Lesson learned, experience acquired. So what's next on this debriefing of the Hawaii trip? The antenna got stolen, your luggage, checked luggage, blah, blah, blah. Oh yeah, so the antenna's missing. I'm trying to navigate just getting a reimbursement for my Lyft ride, and you're welcome, Delta. It's not like you had to reimburse me for some expensive resort for one night. See, I'm being totally reasonable and practical and being polite but firm. I like to call it take no shit but do no harm, right? So, and I gotta file a claim for this missing antenna. It's worth like 70 bucks, brand new. You don't put equipment and gear into checked luggage. You don't put anything in there that you can't afford to lose. It's kind of like gambling, right? So I filed a claim. I don't have any proof of anything. I didn't take a photo of the luggage as it looked like it was tampered with. Like, I didn't have any proof. It's just my word that this thing that's worth $70 is stolen. But it's not even really worth. It's not about the monetary value. It's the story, it's the experience, it's the ongoing kind of tinkering and experimenting that was going on. And I was planning on replacing it with the 213-inch Wolf River coil whip. That's like 17.75 feet long, like 17 3/4 feet long. It's just too long, because the thing that I kept seeing again and again and again, depending on where I set it up or where I was at, and everything affects everything, is that it was just a wee bit too short with like no real way to make it longer. I think Chameleon sells an extension thing. I don't know, but like even that thing was like overpriced. But so what I'm saying is I think I just need something that's a bit longer. Maybe I can tinker with the radials to get it dialed in. But when you just need a field expedient antenna, just throw it up, get on the air, make contacts. If I just could get this thing a little bit longer, that smiley face, I can just move it right where it wants to go. No coil, just wanted to kind of see if I can achieve a true quarter wavelength consistently without having to play with the coil. There's a squirrel over there. Squirrel! Yeah, so I was planning on replacing it with that anyway, and that's exactly what I did. Thank you, Delta, for reimbursing me for the antenna. That just happened like 2 days ago. I finally heard back from Delta 2 days ago from the filming of this video, so that's been taken care of. The day before they reimbursed me, I'm navigating a lot. You know, I kind of need to acquire like a rake or a leaf blower or something, and I just went onto the Wolf River Coil site and just ordered myself the antenna to replace it with, along with the Sporty 40. So I got a new rig, a new antenna setup coming. It should get here tomorrow. I got the 213-inch Wolf River coil whip and the fixed Sporty 40 coil, and I'm going to try setting that up with the same radials and just test this hypothesis of like, if I just have something that's like a little bit longer, can I just scooch that little resonance spot down and see what happens? And then we can move on to dialing in radials and learning more about that, because the radial system that I had, like I said, was just a project from years ago, a forgotten project that was just in a box, in a moving box, in a back room that I just remembered that I still had during the moving process. So the nightmare is over. That was one doozy of a trip. I have never in my life spent more time recovering from a vacation or a trip or an adventure than actually on the adventure or the vacation. It's like, this is all like from 3 to 4 weeks ago. And just the other day, we got everything straightened out. The sky is not falling. The zombies aren't coming right for us. The grid isn't down. I will live to POTA another day and get back on track with the POTA Every Weekend Challenge. Go set up in the field every weekend. I challenge you. So that's what I have to say about that. So there you have it. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap the video up. Thank you everybody for being here. Thank you so much for the helpful comments and sharing your knowledge and wisdom with me. I hope this video helps anybody out there trying to travel with ham radio, or you're going to Hawaii or wherever. I hope this video helps you out. So that's all I have to say. Thank you guys so much for watching and joining me on all these punk rock ham radio adventures. I can't wait to get back and set up and pick up where I left off. So don't forget to like and subscribe. And thanks again for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Later.